His wife divorced him to marry a rich man after he became paralyzed. Life. It's a tapestry woven with threads of joy, sorrow, triumph, and unexpected turns. For Michael, those threads were once vibrant and strong, creating a picture of what he believed was a perfect life. Michael and his wife, Sarah, laughing, holding hands, on vacation, celebrating milestones. Michael and Sarah. Their love story was the kind movies are made of. Childhood sweethearts, college sweethearts, then husband and wife. They built a beautiful home, a life filled with dreams, and a future they envisioned together. Michael was a driven architect, Sarah, a talented artist. Their world was full of color, laughter, and the promise of endless tomorrows. But sometimes, destiny has a cruel way of redefining our path. One ordinary Tuesday, Michael's life, and the life they had meticulously built, shattered in an instant. A terrible accident. A drunk driver. Michael survived. But the man who walked into that car was not the man who would walk out. His spinal cord was severely damaged. He was paralyzed from the waist down. Michael lying in bed, pale, tubes. Sarah sits by his bedside, looking worried and distressed. Focus on her internal struggle rather than just sadness. The initial days were a blur of pain, fear, and uncertainty. Sarah was by his side, a constant presence. She vowed to stay, to care for him, to be his strength. Michael, though devastated, held onto her words, onto their shared history, onto the belief that their love could conquer anything. Michael in physical therapy, struggling. Sarah helping him, but a subtle shift in her demeanor, a growing weariness, a fleeting glance away. But as the weeks turned into months, the harsh reality of their new life began to weigh heavily. Michael's recovery was slow, arduous. The financial strain mounted. The vibrant artist Sarah once was, now seemed burdened, her bright colors fading to gray. Michael in a wheelchair, Sarah looking out the window, her back to him. The distance between them is palpable. Then, one evening, Sarah delivered news that would irrevocably alter Michael's world, again. Sarah turns to face Michael. Her expression is conflicted, perhaps tearful, but resolute. Michael looks up at her, hope still in his eyes, slowly replaced by shock and disbelief. A close-up on Michael's face as her words sink in. Sarah said, "Michael, I can't do this anymore. I'm divorcing you. I've met someone else. He can give me the life I deserve." Michael's face crumples. A single tear rolls down his cheek. The wedding photo flashes briefly. The words hit Michael like another accident, shattering not his body, but his soul. The woman he loved, his anchor, his everything, was leaving him. Not just leaving, but leaving him for a richer man, a stark reminder of his current vulnerability, his perceived inadequacy. Sarah packing a suitcase, avoiding eye contact. Michael watches her from his wheelchair, a profound sense of loss in his eyes. She leaves. The house feels suddenly empty. The silence that followed her departure was deafening. The once vibrant home felt cold, hollow. Michael was left with a broken body, a shattered heart, and a future that now seemed utterly bleak. He questioned everything. His worth, his dreams, the very meaning of love. Michael alone in his home, looking despondent. Maybe a shot of him struggling to do something simple, like reach for a book, emphasizing his physical limitations and emotional isolation. It would have been easy to give up, to succumb to the darkness that threatened to consume him. But somewhere, deep within, a tiny ember of his former self still glowed. The architect who built dreams, the man who found joy in creation, the spirit that refused to be truly broken. Michael looking at an old architectural blueprint or a sketch, a flicker of interest in his eyes. Slowly, painstakingly, Michael began to rebuild. Not just his life, but himself. He started by focusing on what he could do, rather than what he couldn't. He rediscovered his passion for design, adapting his skills to his new reality. He found communities of people facing similar challenges, drawing strength and inspiration from their resilience. Montage of Michael learning new adaptive technologies, designing on a computer, maybe volunteering. A brief shot of him smiling with new friends. He learned to drive again, with modifications to his car. He started a small online business, creating accessible architectural designs. He transformed his house, making it a sanctuary of independence. Each small victory was a testament to his indomitable will. Michael confidently navigating his home, working on his computer, interacting with clients online. He looks healthier, more determined. The house, too, feels warmer, more lived in. Years passed. Michael's business thrived. He traveled, met incredible people, and found new meaning in his life. He became an advocate for disability rights, a voice for those who felt unheard. He found happiness, a profound and genuine happiness that came from within, from knowing his own strength. Michael giving a presentation, smiling genuinely, receiving an award, or simply enjoying a beautiful sunset from his balcony. He is surrounded by new friends and a sense of purpose. And then, one day, he saw her again. Sarah. She was in a coffee shop, looking different. The sparkle in her eyes seemed dulled, the elegance strained. Michael sees Sarah from a distance in a coffee shop. She looks somewhat unhappy or burdened. Michael observes her with a sense of calm, not anger or bitterness. He didn't feel anger or bitterness. He felt a quiet understanding. He had lost a wife, yes, but he had found himself. He realized that true wealth isn't measured in money or possessions, but in resilience, in love that endures beyond circumstances, and in the unwavering belief in one's own spirit. Michael smiles softly, then turns and continues on his way, confident and free. The camera focuses on his peaceful, strong face. Sarah had sought a life of comfort and luxury, but in doing so, she had walked away from a man who embodied true strength and unwavering character. Michael, on the other hand, had lost everything, only to gain something far more valuable, an unbreakable spirit. Michael sitting on his balcony, looking at the city skyline, a contented smile on his face. He's truly at peace. Life will throw its curveballs. It will test your limits, challenge your beliefs, and sometimes it will break your heart. But remember Michael's story. Remember that even in the darkest moments, you possess an incredible power. The power to choose resilience over despair. The power to rebuild, to redefine, and to discover the boundless strength within your own spirit.